Hi everybody, sorry about that. Busy phone today. Not sure what's up with that. So what I'm doing right now is preparing everything to go into the freezer bag. And this is what I am doing now. I did improvise on the 1 pound of ground beef and the ground pork and purchase the meatloaf mix instead. And I did not have, it doesn't come in 1 pound, it usually comes in 1.5 pounds. So there is 3 pounds of meatloaf mix in this large bowl. With that being said, I also changed a little bit the amount of panko breadcrumbs. I increased panko breadcrumbs, I increased the Parmesan cheese, as well as added an extra egg, just to give you a heads up. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So to this bowl, I'm going to be adding 1 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. This is the 1 cup here. I probably have about 1/4 cup left in this jar, so I'm just going to go ahead and add that as well. Calls for a 1/2 cup of panko breadcrumbs, which is right here, and I will be adding a little bit more to that. I'm just going to wait and mix it in case I don't really need the additional. Then it calls for 2 large eggs. There are 3 eggs in here already beaten. You can do all this in the bowl, in the bag. However, I think it's easier for myself to go ahead and put it in a large bowl. Then it calls for 2 teaspoons of onion, which is right here. And I'm going to take a quick peek because I'm not sure if that's one of the ingredients that need to be divided. I know the bacon pepper jam gets divided because you're going to use some of it on cooking day, and it's the seasoned pepper that gets divided. Yeah, the seasoned pepper. So with that being said, what's going into this is 2 teaspoons of onion seasoning. It calls for 1.5 teaspoons of seasoned pepper. That's where the division comes in. The remainder, I believe, is for the potatoes. If you do the baked potatoes with this recipe. There's my seasoned pepper. And then it calls for a 1/2 cup of bacon pepper jam, and then you're to save the remaining. They want you to put actually the remaining pepper jam in a Ziploc bag and put it in with this. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to do that. I am just going to put this in my refrigerator, and approximately a 1/2 jar left, maybe a little bit more than that. Just getting all this good stuff out of here. There we go. So what I've done, instead of putting the remainder in a bag, is I've marked on the top, stop, bacon pepper meatloaf. So that way I know that that's what this is for, what recipe that is for. It's really, bacon pepper jam is so good. When I first joined Tastefully Simple about 1.5 years ago, I had gone to a Christmas bazaar at one of our local churches and ran into a friend who was currently selling Tastefully Simple. She's actually my upline. And so she was sampling some stuff. One of the things that she was sampling was bacon pepper jam. And she had bacon pepper jam poured over some cream cheese, and she was serving it, I believe it was with crackers. My husband was with me, and he tried that. Oh my God, he loved it. I tried it, and oh my God, I loved it too. So I still was on the fence about joining, but then I found that she had a product for batch cooking, and it is our Making Magic chicken seasoning, and that is the reason I joined. That item is wonderful for batch cooking. So those are the 2 standout items that drew me right into Tastefully Simple, and I'm not sad that I joined. All the products are wonderful, and they're so versatile. You can use them in almost everything, which I do. I end up creating my own recipes and tend to add the seasonings to anything, even my vegetables. Love adding it to the vegetables as well. So bacon pepper jam is so good, you can eat it right out of the jar. So that is another reason why I wrote on the top of the jar, stop, so that they know it's for another recipe. So I've gone ahead and I've got this all mixed up. It's all blended, and I don't feel that I need to add any additional breadcrumbs to this. It's not extra soupy. It's nice and firm, and I can see that all my ingredients are incorporated. So what I'm going to do now is put this into a Ziploc bag. And this will be cooked in either your crock pot or your Instapot. Or I'm going to throw in there too, you can make it in your oven. There's no reason why you can't. But this is part of the multi-cooker workshop, so those just showing you 2 other ways that you can make this. So I'm going to take these gloves off. I put them on because I really don't like touching the ground beef, mixing it all in with my hands. But I am going to take them off right now because I have to open up this bag. And I'm just going to go ahead and use my hands for this. A little bit different just transferring it to the bag versus trying to mix it all in. So remember, there are 3 pounds of this meatloaf instead of 2 pounds because the mixture was 1.5 pounds and I had 2 packages. My family loves meatloaf. There's rarely leftovers, so I'm really not worried that it's going to go to waste. And you know what? If there are leftovers, guess what? Makes awesome sandwiches the next day. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this in here. I'll zip it up. I've already labeled my bag with the name of the recipe, today's date. I also put on there a C or an IP or an S, because those are the 3 ways that you can cook this. Wipe my hands. I had a piece of the bacon pepper jam on my finger. So just put it back in the bag. So that's it, everybody. I hope you come back and come back to the group and you watch the other chefs preparing their meals too. They're wonderful meals in this multi-cooker workshop. There's 10 in all. 5 will be prepped on October 3rd. The remaining 5 will be prepped 2 weeks from then. It's part of our TS Cooking 101 online cooking club that we have. And if you're not already a member, just reach out to your local TS consultant and they will be sure to send you an invite. And it's always fun to cook with friends. This is the way that we've been doing it since we've had to improvise with COVID. Otherwise, I know myself and my upline, we were doing workshops in our local church, and that was great to be able to meet in person with your friends and laugh and share tips and just catch up on life. But unfortunately, with the circumstances that we're in right now, we have to improvise, and that's where the online virtual cooking came to be born, if you will. So that's it. I hope you all have a great day. Please come back and share your recipes, your pictures of your finished product, your reviews, your family's reviews of the products or the recipes themselves, because we'd love to get feedback. That's it. I hope you have a great day. Happy fall.